Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It's Tuesday afternoon here in the east of the United States of America. It's time for Tuesdays with Tim and Jeff. It's 18:15 Zulu, 1:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, Jeff. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Tim?
Good, good. And I guess we have a lot of people that I think you've been talking to, and I know the rest of the team that are getting started. They've just got their license, and now, it's like their eyes are this big, right?
Yes.
What do I get?
What do I get?
Build me a station. And of course, You've got a great station that is pretty inexpensive when you think about it,
Absolutely.
for 100 watts and an IC 7300. Did you ever have the IC 718, Jeff?
No, I never got the 718. I started out with the 7200 and then the 7300.
Okay. All right. And so you've got them both side by side there in the
shack? Side by side, yep. Yeah. Side by side.
7200 and the 7300. And I know you will never, ever sell that 7200.
Nope. I have people ask every week just about, but no, I'm not going to sell that one.
That's a great radio. And of course,
it is.
I still have my first radio, and it's pretty old now.
Yeah.
But in fact, next year will be my 50th anniversary of being an amateur radio operator.
Wow.
So later on this year, I'm going to dust my transmitter and receiver off and get some new tubes and get ready to get it on the air to celebrate with that.
Awesome.
I know, Jeff, you get a lot of questions about these rig experts and the antenna analyzers.
Absolutely.
You see the reflection of my geochron there on the screen.
Here's the question we get. Why do I need an analyzer? I have an antenna tuner. Doesn't the antenna tuner tune my antenna? That's the question.
Yeah, that, an antenna tuner is good, but if you can get away without using one, it's even better most
Absolutely.
of the time. Most of the time, if you get your antenna resonant, so you don't have, because there's no free lunch here. If you're using a tuner to correct a very high SWR on a coaxial fed antenna, you're losing.
Right.
Because the SWR on that piece of coax can be very, very lossy. And so one of the things that I think is pretty cool about the antenna analyzers is that, and Jeff, let me know when you see this. Parkey did a very, very nice chart.
Yep, there it is. Yep.
And this chart is on all of the antenna analyzers that DX Engineering sells. It's in the documentation tab. And it goes down, it breaks it down and shows, all the features and specifications of all the various antenna analyzers that we sell. And this is just great because, you know how many batteries you need, what size of the batteries, what are the sweep ranges, does it have software, does it have memory slots, and so this is really powerful, Jeff, and I'm sure you refer to it a lot when you're talking to customers.
Absolutely. I'll pull that up and compare to what they're looking for. And surprising, I will say the people who do know what analyzers are for, a lot of them have this sheet already pulled up and they've seen what they needed.
Right. Yeah, that's these analyzers are great. I mean, when I was getting started, they didn't have these things. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot of trial and error and things like that. But these handheld analyzers are just fabulous. This is the AA35 from Rig Expert. So it's good to 35 megahertz. And it even comes with the batteries ready to go. And here's the USB cable for interfacing with your computer. I mean, just really, really nice stuff. And I know you've probably sold lots of these.
Oh, absolutely. And I myself, I have a 55 zoom. And one thing when I do sell these to the customers, I do tell them when you're done using it, take the batteries out.
Yeah, boy, that is a great suggestion. Take the batteries out, and one of the nice things about a nano case that fits the analyzer is that you can put the batteries and other accessories in with the case.
Yeah.
And then you're protecting it, and you're not going to lose a green case like this. It's going to stand out.
Yep. And I had a customer just last week bought that exact case for his. Bought the whole setup.
Yeah, no, that's really good. And hey, talking about really good things, the deal of the week is the NRAD mic, Jeff. 30% off on the NRAD mics.
Yes, that's nice.
Yeah, beautiful mics made by NRAD, and just really nice stuff. So if you're looking to get a new microphone, take a look at the NRAD mics. Nice, heavy duty, and look at that sale price. Jeez.
That's awesome. Yeah. And those are nice. They look good next to those radios.
Yeah. Hey, look at this, Jeff. You do a lot of camping. I know that. Mm-hmm. And so here's if you buy an IC705, you get a free camping lantern. That's pretty cool. It uses AA batteries, and it looks pretty rugged. I don't know. I have not seen it up close, but
they are very rugged, except for when you run over it with a 3/4 ton pickup truck. That kind of kills.
Would you have any experience in that?
Yeah, I have experience with that. So don't run over it with your truck. Other than that, they're fine. They're very bright. They're nice for camping.
Well, that's great. Let's see who we have in the chat room today. We got WA3 Echo Radio Quebec, and my Elmer was WA3 Echo India Papa. So Echo Radio Quebec was licensed around the same time. Hello, Jim. And Oscar Zulu 1 Delta Whiskey X-Ray from Denmark, and from Italy, it's our friend Val, India Uniform 3 Bravo Tango Yankee, and Ed, W9 Uniform Sierra. Tony from Ontario, Victor Echo 3 Radio Zulu. It's kind of like being in Ontario today, Jeff, with all the snow that we have.
It is. I've got a lot of snow here today.
Brian from West Virginia is on KE8LGO. And from Bavaria, it's Charlie, Delta Lima 6 Radio Delta Echo. And we also have Sid on with us, Germany 1 Sierra Delta Kilo. And hopefully get to hear Sid on 40 meters soon again. It's been a while since we worked. And Captain Jack, KA3 Hotel Papa Mike, is on with us from Pittsburgh. And Dino, Kilo Lima 0 Sierra, says congrats on upcoming 50th. Just a young whippersnapper. Well, I still feel like a kid, you know. This radio stuff just lights me up. Brian, I use my analyzer most often when doing parks on the air activations. Yeah, that's good when you're out portable. I'm sure you do that, Jeff. You just hook up the analyzer to make sure.
Absolutely, yep.
Dave, let's see. He's got. He says he runs the same rig expert as I have, and that's Mike 0 Tango Delta Sierra. Good to see you, Dave. And WD8NVN Bob the Traveler says, I love my AA35 from DXE. The rig is bulletproof. Rig experts are really good. W1 Queen Papa is on with us. And the tall guy from Pittsburgh, K3 Sierra Tango Lima. Heard John on last night on 10 meters when we had the 10-meter net. And Mike 0 Kilo Papa Delta. Rob in the spaceship over there. Rob says he's got the AA54. It's great for multiband antennas, easy to use, fast reactive readings when adjusting the SWR on the Cobweb, hex beam, multiband Yagi, or even the old G5RV. No wonder he's so strong. He's running a multiband Yagi on his mobile.
Yeah.
He is booming strong every night on 40. And let's see, we have Joe, the Cat in the Hat, K0NEB, and Doug, N7 Bravo Victor Tango. Kevin says, I love my rig expert. And Jeff, Whiskey Delta 8, Juliet Mike. And, of course, we have Ken on from Georgia, Kilo Juliet 4 Victor. And let's see, Ron, WB3 Lima Hotel Delta. Chuck, K8 Charlie Victor Mike, and Michael, KB1CKF. He says, greetings from Pittsburgh. Just finished my first Raspberry Pi project, a ham clock. Hey, that's very cool, Michael. Congratulations. And we got Danny, K5 Fox Delta Radio. And Aaron says, Jeff, I want to order an IC7300. I waited over a half to reach a live person yesterday. Then you weren't in. Now what? Well, Aaron, we're very sorry. Mondays can be very busy for us.
Yeah.
But if you would call us today, Jeff's going to be going to lunch after the show, but you can always talk to one of the other guys, or you can wait for Jeff. He'll be available a little bit after the show, but we want to make sure that you do get your call in. And
Absolutely.
I apologize yesterday. I mean, we were just the phones were going crazy, Aaron, and we're doing the best we can, but sometimes it does get backed up. Jeff.
Yeah, we'll get you taken care of.
And Reinhard from RF Kit is on with us. Delta Hotel 3, November Alpha Bravo, and from a very warm Barbados, 8 Papa 6 Charlie Hotel. And N8CWU is on, also from Ontario. Victor Alpha 3 Echo Bravo Mike. And Tyler is on. And he's got a Rig Expert AA55. And I think he wants to know if we have one. We'll have to check stock on that, Tyler, or just go to the website. And
yeah, I do believe we have some of those in stock right now.
Okay, good. Thank you, Jeff. And also Don, Whiskey Juliet 3 United. And let's see, Aaron says he's going to try later. He wants to order from DX Engineering, and he wants to speak to Jeff. So, Jeff, you got a fan there, Whiskey 8 Victor India Papa. And so
I should be back around 2:30, quarter till 3.
And Mel's in here. K8 KSU, and she says we have them all in stock, Tyler, so order away. Hey, new QST, Jeff.
Yep.
New QST, and on the front cover is the new noise loop that DX Engineering is also making a kit. So when you read the article, it's a beautiful 3-page article in the March edition of QST, and if you don't have the March edition yet, it'll be in your mailbox very soon. And what a great article that Dawn WD8DSB wrote. And look for the DX Engineering kit. Of course, if you go to the DX Engineering website and you go there and let me know when you see it, Jeff.
Not yet. There we go.
Okay. All right. And if you type in noise loop up here in the search box and you hit go and you scroll down, there is the DX Engineering noise loop. And here it is. Beautiful. We did a show about this on Friday, the DX Engineering noise loop. That was created by WD8DSB and is in March QST. So is really very effective for finding the null on the noise so that you know where it is.
Yeah.
It's 180 degrees out from that null is where the noise is the maximum. It could also be used as a receive antenna on 160 and 80, but it needs quite a bit of preamp. You see this up here, Jeff?
Mm-hmm.
Minus 63 dBi. So
wow.
it needs some gain to it, but it's got that directional pattern, and it's actually only 52 dB down on 80 meters. So, and of course we have a nice preamp that we're going to have in stock very shortly that goes along with this, and it's a nice handheld preamp. It is the pre-ATT1, and it's got 30 dB preamp, also an AM filter, and very portable, runs on a 9-volt battery. also has attenuators as well, so that you can turn attenuators on if you're too close to the noise, so that you can still get a good directive pattern. So that is pretty cool stuff, I think, Jeff, all the way around. And you know, I've been giving Zoom presentations to clubs, and one of the most popular presentations, Jeff, is the grounding and bonding.
Absolutely, yes.
Grounding and bonding. And this book that Ward Silver wrote is the Bible of grounding and bonding. And in fact, a lot of the slides that I use in the grounding and bonding talk are out of this book. So if you don't have the grounding and bonding book by Ward Silver, it's just another great ARRL publication.
Yeah.
And you know, when it's too cold outside and there's snow on the ground, I like to go through the ARRL handbook.
Yep, I do too. I was doing that last night.
I'll tell you what, I love, you know, with the handbook where they've got it broken down. This is all about the antennas, antenna systems and radio propagation, and there's tons of new material in here. You know, some guys say, well, I bought a handbook about 5 years ago, but Ward Silver, here he is again, is the editor, and he has done a tremendous job of adding new material to the ARRL handbook. And of course, if you're not an ARRL member, you might really think about becoming a member. There's a lot of good reasons to be a member of the ARRL.
Well, their website is just amazing to go to every day.
The logbook of the world. You know, I mean, in this issue of QST, they review 3 or 4 different products. You know, they're always, it's like the Consumer's Reports, right?
Yes.
You know, and so they got a great lab up there. They'll answer the phone, answer your questions. What a great resource that is, being a member of the ARRL. And so Herm says, can you tell me how to reduce atmospheric noise on 40 meters when I am on a power supply? Well, atmospheric noise is propagated noise that is going to be tough. But if it's noise coming from the power supply, one thing that you can try is to insert ferrite. And this is a power supply lead, you know, and we got some ferrite there. That ferrite choke may knock down the noise, but everything that goes in and out of a power supply, including the AC line, is an antenna and can radiate. So, and you know it's a DX Engineering toroid because it's got the blue. So we know it's a number 31 and it's from DXE. So we mark all of our ferrite that we sell. It's all color coded. So you can't, you put it in the box, you know what it is. And let's see, what ferrite do I need to stop LF in speakers? Number 31. This is a 2.4 inch outside diameter, number 31. I have these all over the shack. I mean, this knocks down noise and will also stop problems in your speakers. And let's see, Dave, and then we have Andy, 2 Echo 0 radio Echo Echo. And I guess Herm might have a power supply that is a switching power supply. The ferrite is the best idea, but that doesn't always work. If there's just too much noise coming out of it, you may have to try a linear power supply. And you can always call Jeff or one of the other guys at DX Engineering, Herm, and ask about a linear power supply. And let's see, Joe says he did his December column in CQ utilizing Ward's ideas and DX Engineering grounding and lightning protection products. So check out December CQ. And Joe, thanks for all you do, giving back by writing for CQ. And Dave says, that's a fabulous book. I have it on my Kindle for nighttime reading. And Andy says, fantastic book on grounding. Here's our friend Jerry, Whiskey Bravo 9 Zulu. He says he loves his Rig Expert Zoom, the AA230, and purchased the stick for his travels. And this guy gets around. I'll tell you what, Jeff, he's all over the world. He is in the Hall of Fame, the DX Hall of Fame, and that's hard to get into. You got to be a really good guy, and Jerry is a really, really, really good guy, and has helped a lot of hams and has been a lot of places around this world, and been a great ambassador for our hobby. And Joe says, look at the construction techniques chapter in the handbook. He did that too. So Joe is really getting around. And Sandy, DL1QQ, says hello from snowy Germany. And we were talking to Reinhard this morning, and he said the same thing. There's lots of snow in Germany right now. And Brian, your license is not complete without an ARRL membership. Boy, I have to agree with you, Brian.
Yep, I do too.
You know, W7JET. And let's see, Dave says, Herm, look at the GM3 SEK common mode choke. There's also a great resource, K9 Yankee Charlie. Just Google K9YC. He's also got a great cookbook of chokes, and he'll show you how that number 31 should be done.
Yep.
And here's our friend Scotty, WK3N. He points out your ARRL membership allows you to use the outgoing QSL Bureau too. And that's a great member benefit. Scotty is right on. Yeah. And, you know, a very famous DXer, OH2BH, said that WK3N never sleeps because he's always working DX. And Scotty's got them all. I mean, he is a tremendous DXer, great operator, and one heck of a great friend as well. And let's see, we have Papa Yankee 1 Alpha Hotel Delta on from Rio. And let's see, can you explain the technique for filtering the output and input of a UPS? Well, that's a tough one too, because that is definitely switching power. So it's going to have some amount of RFI. Yeah. I only have one UPS here in the house, and that is on my main internet connection, so that even if we go on generator power, I don't want that to go down. Yeah. And I put the first thing I did was I looked around for the reviews to see which UPS had the lowest amount of emitted RFI noise, and it's kind of a rule of thumb that the UPS is without all the fancy displays, you know, right, because it takes a microprocessor to run all that stuff. And so my UPS is pretty plain Jane, but then I also have number 31 Ferrite on the AC that's going into it, and all the AC that is coming out of it. So and it's pretty quiet, but I keep it away from the antennas too. And it's not, you can't find one that's dead quiet. You have to just,
no, you can't.
It's just part of the deal. And let's see here. We have Tom is on Germany to Norway. Victor says, good evening, guys. My Rig Expert AA55 Zoom is one of the best bits of kit in my shack. Invaluable and easy to use. And nice to have you on, Tom, from the central of England. And our friend Gary, W9 X-Ray Tango. And of course, we sell Gary's stuff under United Microsystems. He got his Rig Expert AA30 from DXE. It was great for tuning his 630 meter antenna. Now that is that's a real challenging band, you know, because that's below the AM broadcast band, and it's that's tough to get a good signal out. But I'm sure Gary's up to it. And Brian says, don't forget about access to the ARRL Learning Network, which has many great presentations on it, and even a few by W7JET. And so that's, we also have, Dave says, I have the GM3 SEK common mode chokes on the input and 2 number 31 ferrites on the output of all of my equipment, and I have 0 noise level coming from my UPS. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay, glad to hear that worked out for you. And we have Germany 6, Mike November Delta on with us too. So Jeff, I think it's time for you to go to lunch because W8 VIP is going to be calling to get the 7300.
Yep. And I know we've all been talking about pancakes today for some reason, so I think I'm going to go make some pancakes.
There you go. All right. Hey, thanks everybody for watching today. I hope maybe you learned something. That's really the goal here at DX Engineering, is to try and help you have fun with the greatest hobby in the world. I'll see you on Thursday for the Manufacturers Showcase. Stay tuned to our blog on allbands.com, and look under the events calendar for all the shows that we do here on Facebook and YouTube. Until Thursday, 73 from DX Engineering.
Bye now.